Hey everybody. Well, this is American Nana, and you know what? My paint shirt. Oh, speckles. The more I think about Etsy, I think I'm going to step over the line a little bit. Everything that I watch, all the upbeat and, gosh, there's so much good on it on YouTube, right? And then you run into the, you run into the people that they're aware that there's something amiss because someone can have a shop, it be very successful, and no warnings whatsoever, and their shop is closed, suspended forever. They can never sell again on that platform. Then you have people like me. I planned for my shop. I studied certain things. It wasn't the videos telling you how to go and find a design and create your own, using that as kind of as a model, because you know that people love that already. I mean, that's great. It obviously works for a lot of people, but I mean, mine is my art. It's like the little kid in me that comes out and says, "Hey, I'd love to wear a t-shirt with this," or that's what it is. And later I wanted it to eventually be to where we can fundraise for the Corey Hart Foundation that's upcoming, or to have the ability to help people one at a time, not huge groups, but to have somebody who needs something and you can provide it. And as much as I wish I could just do that myself, I need an income to do it. Heck, I need to subsidize. Is that the word, subsidize? Subsidize, because quite frankly, after looking at Social Security, I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to eat, have housing, or get vehicle or medication, because I think that the way the economy is now, and when you look at what Social Security will pay you out, I think you have to pick one or the other, so I need a profit, obviously. Nobody is in business and doesn't want to make money. So, that's part of why I wanted an Etsy store. But the other thing is, I wanted it simply because I don't know how to market. Obviously, you can tell I don't even know how to be a YouTuber, because I don't take the time to get a setup and get my makeup done and have a planned conversation ready, which probably most audiences and most people watching prefer. I just get on and say how I feel, and I guess you're gonna like it and watch it, or you're not gonna like it and not watch it, but anyway, my whole thing really is Etsy. So I was talking about it, and it's a very long video that I'll be posting. But the thing is, I started thinking really hard about it, and I opened my Etsy store. I had one item. This young man right here. It was a different mug. He's on a boat. He's got his tricorn on. It's starry skies around him, and that was my only item in my store. Let me explain, there is no trademark issue. I'm one of the 2 people that I know of that have been authorized by Corey's family to use and to make merchandise in honor of Corey. And that audience that mug was meant to reach, it's not like I was trying to go out and start it. I don't know. It was a very innocent mug, and it had to be that day, and it had to be that mug, and it was so sentimental. So mind you, it's still there. The store still was opened on that day. The store actually sold 2 mugs. Etsy canceled one. Etsy allowed me to fill the other. The owner of that mug happens to be the owner of the only mug that will ever be produced exactly like that. Because even though Corey's mom has seen this over and over and over, it wasn't until I believe it was 2 nights ago that she said, "Nana, boogers is not B-U-G-G-A-R-S, it's B-U-G-G-E-R-S." And so Marcella, who I'll never forget because she's my very first and only sale so far, she owns that mug. She owns the mug that Nana misspelled the word. But to be quite fair, was it Nana that misspelled the word, or did I spell it like Corey would have? Now that's a good question. Anyway, long story short. Okay, so my store was closed within 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes. A mug. But starry, dark skies around. This beautiful little boy was all I have for sale. There's no trademark. There's no infringement. There's no nothing. I didn't do anything. So I get an email. No, I'm sorry. I go into my store to find out that it's closed, and it says an email will be forthcoming or coming soon or whatever. So immediately I go to my email because I don't have any in the Etsy inbox that I can see. They've yet to respond to me in the Etsy inbox, which they say they use for communication. So I'm not sure. But they did respond to me at my business email, and it stated, they responded. They never told me. So I did an appeal. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. I did an appeal, and in the appeal I stated I'm a brand new store, blah, 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 blah. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. This explained what it was, how important the date was, how important it is, and just poured it out, right? And I get a response that says, denied. 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 Basically, nothing they can do. It's suspended, and by the way, we're done talking. In other words, you can respond to this email all you want. It's going nowhere. No one is going to bother looking for it again. Okay? So, if that's not bad enough, you cannot find human contact. And that's where I'm on. I'm right there. I have sent email after email. I have even sent it to the legal department along with the photo of the item I was selling to say, please tell me, what did I do wrong? What did I do? And I probably would just quit with the Etsy stuff. Quite frankly, I probably would. But I've gone on, I can't remember who, I'll have to find it for another video to give them a shout out because they are great. They give a lot of information. They do not expect you to pay. They tell you how it is. They don't tell you, we're going to tell you a portion of how it is. But if you click this link, then we'll give you the other 75%. No, they tell you what they know, okay? I'll find them. But anyway, they were doing a Q&A the other day. They were trying something out, some new thing that YouTube has that, the phone and both of you, I don't know. But in that chat, I only saw 100 and something people in my register on my chat, right? So in that 100 and something people, there were two of us that this just happened to. Out of 100, if there were two of us, how many people has that happened to? And how many people, because that happened to them, just felt, oh, well, I'm not good enough. I quit. I give up. That was my dream. I've worked on it. I've planned it. Some people study it. Some people get so involved in trying to do what everybody else is saying to do because it worked for them that's the route they go. And regardless of whether you do it that way or you do it like I did, like Nana, who I take bits and bobs and little pieces from here and there just to help me with an idea or to point me in maybe the right direction. But if you listen, they've all got different things. They've all got different, you should use this tool for this and this tool for this. There's a group that they all agree on it, and then there's another group that they push, I don't know, samurai. I think it's a search thing, and then they have the E rank, and you could get into it. You could just spend years looking and listening and trying to perfect what you want to do before you do it, okay? There's that much information out there. In that information, they're telling people a lot of good things about Etsy and how you can do it, and you're out in front of millions, and you're not having to find your audience. Basically, you're on the biggest platform you could be on, so the chances of being found are much bigger than someone who goes out, say on Shopify, which in my previous video I called Spotify like 3 times. You can tell how in tune I am to this stuff. Anyway, you can build a store on Shopify. Now you got to figure out all the marketing and all the other stuff that, in all honesty, Etsy is providing with that platform. Now, when I say Etsy is providing with that platform, this is where I want to go. Your customers are number one. Number one. Because if you didn't have your customers, you wouldn't have a profit. Now, to get those put into perspective, your number one customer should be the seller. But then you split off and you have another number one customer, which is the actual customer, who could shop under any of your thousands, millions of sellers. You give each side the ability, if your problem is big enough that you actually need a human brain, you make those available. What a novel idea. And in many different languages too. We could try that, really. I mean, come on, Etsy's net worth. Etsy's net worth. $827 billion dollars. Google it. 2024. Google it. So my question to Etsy is, and you know what, I apologize, I'm not a big person that is a fangirl of anybody, nor do I dislike celebrities, with the exception of one that's actually, I don't use her name, and she's old news, like back in the, I don't know, fish swamp, got lost in the potato fields person. Anyway, and there's, oh, I'm so sorry, no comparison, but I was just saying that I am not saying this because I'm a fangirl, nor am I not a fan. I've seen some of your movies. I watched you in some of your stuff when you were young, way old enough to probably be your mom. Not quite old enough, I don't think, to be your grandma. But it was announced that Etsy has a spokesperson, Drew Barrymore. So if anybody is watching this and they can actually reach out to Drew Barrymore, I'm not asking. I'm not asking you to have her call me or message me. I'm not. What I am asking is if you could reach out to Drew Barrymore, who is the spokesperson for Etsy, and let her know that it's not just me. There's a lot of sellers right now that need a human to talk to. I've seen people's life work end for them. Now, whether they had warnings or trademark issues or what, I don't know. I don't know. But even had they done that, they could have had a warning, a stern warning, a fine because you had been letting it go on for so long. I mean, I don't know what they did. Some of them said they did absolutely nothing, and they're crushed because that's how they made a living, and they're supporting families. And you can't talk to a human. You can't. Now me, yeah, I'm still going to do my business. And I'm still going to hope my Etsy store is reopened because it's the one that has the sentimental value to it. I can't get any of the first back. The first are done. What I'm doing now is I'm doing it because the first failed. And if I took your failure to heart, I would give up. But see, I'm old and I'm stubborn, and I have a dream, and I believe that I can be very blessed in this business, and that's what I'm supposed to do, and that a lot of good is going to come from it. I get a little bit of extra money, I've always got a heart to do something with it. And it's not, I want to go shopping for me. It's not that my grandbabies need stuff and I got to go grab it for them. I'm saying I have some excess. Not much, but some. And the biggest joy I get is when I can do something with that little excess to help somebody else. Now, I may never, ever be rich enough, financially able, not rich enough, but financially able to do things in the manner I'd love to do. But I believe that I can reach a certain ability to make an impact. If I had millions of dollars and I'd had it, and I mean, that's how I worked my way and I earned it, and I don't want a plaque on a wall with my name on it, and hoping that people, you know, some picture one day of this lady who, paid for the wall. I'm always going to be remembered. I mean, those are wonderful, don't get me wrong, because there's been heart hospitals, all kinds of things made in the honor of someone. That's not what I'm saying. But what I want to be known for, what I want to be able to fulfill in my own heart, is to bring as much joy as possible to those that they're not really having a whole lot come to them, you know? Not everybody has that beauty. And sometimes people live in very, very dark clouds, and all they want is just a little sunshine, just a little hope, just a little bit of, I see you. You know, they want to. Anyway, I'm going to stop. My whole thing is, and I don't, you know, if Betsy didn't call me, I'm to the point, but I feel that a business who does a big thing on, Super Bowl, and who's paying a spokesperson, Drew Barrymore, who, I mean, come on, who would do it for free, right? They're spending all this money out there, and they're bringing all this in, and in the middle of it. Now, I don't know if I was a shopping customer, would they have anything else? But I think that the people on the platform that push Etsy and that encourage Etsy sellers that you can do this, I'm going to urge you, can y'all please start asking Etsy to look into and to find humans to help people that they've just cut off at the knees. Now, normally, my attitude is I work very hard for my money. I shouldn't have to work so hard to spend it. So, although Etsy doesn't charge a lot per se until you make sale and you know, the fees and stuff that come in. So it's a wonderful opportunity in that manner, right? Other places, Shopify, I think, is $30 a month. You can list anything you want, as much as you want. It's yours. Do what you want with it. Then you have to market it. Etsy has a lot of good things as well. So part of me in my head is, you made me so mad, Etsy, that no matter what, I would not even try to be on your marketplace. Well, what? Am I crazy? That's that, you know, because that's what my head was saying. I was so upset. My head's like, forget them. Because you know what? You put me through actual, just so many emotions. You really did. That I thought, you don't deserve to make a penny off of me. And I plan to be successful. I plan to be one of your successful people. Somehow, some way, somewhere, there is people out there that are going to like what I have. And they'll find me eventually. And eventually I'm going to be successful. Why would I want to share that with Etsy after what they did to me? That's my heart. That's my stubbornness. That's, I don't know. The truth is, of course I'd open my store again. And I would put all my stuff in it. Not, I mean, I have more than just one item. And yeah, I would. But I'm not just asking because it's me. If 2 out of 100 in one chat had the same thing happen to them, how many more people are there? And I know some of the really big people that were on YouTube promoting their Etsy business were just shut down. And they had been active for years. Where are the humans? Can we have some humans? Can Etsy use humans? I don't know what you're using, what automation, but you need humans to understand humans. And you need you know, if you've been allowing something, Etsy, if you've been allowing something on your platform and it's been going on and on and on, and all you've done is say you can't do it anymore, because let me tell you right now, you have more people selling Disney than Disney ever knew. So don't try to say you shut them all down. It's impossible. Because then you wouldn't have as much money. Because you have a lot of trademark infringement happening on Etsy. Everybody knows it. I wouldn't do it because I don't want to break any, well, I don't want to sell Disney anyway, you know. I love Disney, but I wouldn't want to sell it. I'm just saying. I mean, these are, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm all together and I have all the answers and this is a brilliant thing. And I'm not bashing the heck out of you to be ugly. Okay? I'm bashing the heck out of you because I'm a human being that was simply trying to open a business. It was a dream. It is a dream. And it's a dream that it works. And it's a lot of my heart in it. And you just close me down with no reason. No explanation. So somebody out there, you big guys that are telling us all it's wonderful, for Drew Barrymore, you're the spokesperson for Etsy, for anybody that has a brain, that has human emotion, somebody in Etsy. You people have 8.27 billion. I can't even fathom that amount of money. I can't fathom $1 million. You guys have $8.27 billion. Where did it come from? The sellers. Because you aren't selling the products. Your sellers are your number one priority. And in the same breath, because of the way your business is, you need another complete group for your customers. I don't care how much we go to artificial intelligence or automation. It doesn't matter, even though it's irritating as can be when you know that what you need help with is going to take a human being, because the machine doesn't have a comprehension in the same manner as a human. So maybe y'all could get a little bit more money in your pocket and provide a little bit better help, guidance, and experience for your sellers, so that in the end you actually are going to become more profitable. I'm sorry I don't have a degree. If I had a degree, I'd make sense, right? That would make sense. Somehow, if I had a degree, I know that would make sense. Or if I was rich or I was famous, what I was saying would matter. But I am just me. I didn't bother to put on makeup. I never do. But I mean, this is it. This is it. This is what you got. This is for real. This isn't I'm filming just for YouTube audience. Yeah, obviously, I would like the right people to listen and care. And maybe somebody will, but I personally feel it's going to be much longer. The other, I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm just hoping that either someone on Etsy gets in touch, leave me a comment, tell me what to do, tell me who to message, tell me who to call, tell me who can help me. Or, Drew Barrymore, could you get in touch with Etsy and let them know that they have an entire group of sellers who have done nothing wrong except try to start a store, and they got shut down. Some had no sales. I actually had 2 within 30 minutes, but they canceled one and they fulfilled one. So that's all I'm asking. That's all maybe I just need to do a little clip that says, please, please, Etsy, message me. Etsy, message me. Or Drew Barrymore, help, help. I mean, maybe that's what I need to do, because I am long-winded. I do apologize. And I'm going to stop now, because really, that's all I have to say. And obviously, you guys all know I don't edit. I just stick it on YouTube, because that's how I roll, as y'all say right now. I don't know how to pretend to look gosh, I was going to say normal. I don't know how to look like I'm going to go out to something special every day. Number one, I'm not comfortable dressed that way. I don't like it. I'm not comfortable. And number two, I'd be overdressed, really. So with that I hope everybody has a great day. I hope I wasn't too strong, too ugly. And I hope that I can end up where I make these where they're really short, and then I can just put them out there all the time, and eventually it's going to bother someone to where someone would say something. But I really, really wish you creators would please, those of us that have listened to you and that we're saying, hey, this happened to us, and you tell us don't give up, that's great. Tell us next what to do. What do we do? I mean, I am going to do a Shopify store, not a Spotify store, but a Shopify store. And that doesn't solve my Etsy issue. What do I do?